Okay, thank you so much. So what we've talked about is just getting the wig cap on and prepared so that your face is absolutely exposed as much as possible and that your face is clean and plumped or moisturized so that the skin is in the best condition that it can be, okay? And this is really, really important for men. Men tend to have weathered skin more, even if they're younger men, because they have not been actively protecting themselves as they go out. By the way, I'm just going to put in my punch for please wear sunscreen. Every day, put sunscreen on. You should put it on your whole face and at least the back of your hands, minimum. So every day, at least 30. And I got so frustrated with having to do this, wash your face, put on the moisturizer, put on the sunscreen, then put on whatever you're going to put on. Then I actually found a sunscreen, a mineralized, just completely mineral, natural sunscreen that was factor of 30. That's usually about enough unless you're going to the beach. And then I mixed it with some essential oils to create my own sunscreen slash face moisturizer. But you know, definitely wear sunscreen daily. It is the most important thing for your skin. It's the most important thing you can do to prevent skin cancer. And skin cancer can start very early, especially in California when we are looking at the sun all the time. Okay, so now we'll start and I'm gonna hide everybody's view. So let me do that. Okay, here we go. Already I can see I'm getting pink. I have to keep my mask on because I have to be ready if somebody walks in the door. So I'm sorry about that. We talked about the first thing that you would do would be foundation. I say the first thing that I'm going to do is first correct or do a primer and color correct underneath for my eye bags, for my deep set eyes, and just make sure if there's anything that you want to cover up, like if you have some age spots like I do or freckles, you want to make sure that you touch those first. And again, I'm going to apply with my sponge and I'm going to put it into my liner. I'm not doing a fine tuning right now. I'm just going to get this in the area. I don't want the highlight to come over here because this is already bright. I want it to remain in that deep socket. And if I feel like I can't do this well, then I will go to a brush. But the sponge is going to be fine for above. Every day, no matter what I do, and you'll decide the things that you can be looking at your face right now and think, okay, what would I want to correct before I start my makeup? And take a note and jot that onto your schematic. So everyone should have a schematic out. Just a second, I brought schematics. Okay. So have one at your space and write down. Now, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to write highlight, and in parentheses, I'm going to write prime under the eye and in my eye socket, okay? So you want to take notes. And then where it says highlights, when we get to that point, you're going to write highlights where you're going to put them, okay? So be working with these worksheets as we go along.
What is a highlight?
In your kit,
Yeah.
you have extra light highlight. It's this color. So if you want to get your kit out, some of you already have your kits, so you can get that out and look at it. It's perfect time to do that. I think I just need to get Chanel yours. I apologize for being late. And then also those people who are being mailed, just know that you can look also at the page that I put into the Canvas site and look at those foundations, right? You know what I'm talking about? Colby, do you want me to go there?
Well, I have the kit in front of me.
Okay, let me just show you this for a sec because it's a great question.
Yeah.
Couple of chats. Have you guys been reading those? It's terrific. Sarah Yee says, for people with dry skin, I find that Sunburn is a good sunscreen brand. And Cara has said, I just tried the Sun Bum for face and it smells like glue. Glue. You loved it? You loved the glue smell?
No, I didn't. I wanted to love it, but I don't know. I got it at Target and I'd been eyeballing Sunbum forever because I heard it's a great. So I got the face one, and I don't know if it was a bad batch or what, but it reeked like glue. Like I can't use it.
Some can be really, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you the product thing just so we can touch on that. Sarah, question, Christine?
Kind of different. I just posted something on chat.
I see.
And I have,
right, thank you. You can tell me that. I appreciate it.
yeah, I have an interview at Cow's Kitchen
Okay,
in Hollister, so I have to get ready.
all right. Maybe you want to turn your screen off then. So it's
Yeah.
that would be terrific. Okay, let's take a look at that. I wanted to show you this on the Canvas site so that you guys can I can't get things to move. Okay, here we go. All right, so please refer to this when you get your kit. And I said this to people in person, but when you go to modules, remember, last week we discussed this. Here it is, the makeup kit and the basic supplies. Okay, this is the kit. So this is going to help you, Colby. This talks about the cream liner, 1 cream contour highlight, 1 contour shadow. And when you get to the palettes, you can match your kit to here, and it will talk about what they are. Okay, so this is talking about cream highlights and shadows. So the white is a highlight, ultralight's a highlight, character's a shadow. Does that help everybody get sort of squared away with what we're talking about? Again, I want to make sure we go, you know, slow enough so that if you really have no experience, don't feel like you're drowning. Just absolutely shout it out. So this is the list of items that you have. They're identified by words here, and then they're identified by color pictures, and you can match your kit color, okay? And then you can also just look at, for years, this is what I had. We just looked at this kit. So this is your highlight. It's this color in the cream liner. This is your white. You're really not going to use that much. That's going to be for when we get to more contrast, and usually we use it with age and your character shadow, okay? Any other questions? Because then we'll stop share. Yeah, I think that makeup varies significantly by batch, just like dog food. You get some dog food and you're thinking, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the brush. And again, let's talk about, we loaded up the brush last time by taking it and using the bottom 1/3 of the brush. So I'm doing that because I'm gonna work in this small area. And I'm going to do this side, because when we get to middle age and old age, you can really study my eye bags and do them perfectly. I'll have an excellent in front of you camera view to look at. You know, have you ever seen those little kids that have eye bags? It's the weirdest thing. Like they're 3 years old and they have eye bags. They're going to have them their whole life. So I want to not make a line. So I'm going to do some stippling motion. Christine, I thought you were going to turn your camera off.
Yeah, but I'll remember. But TK1 set that you showed us is my skin tone.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and turn your camera off.
Yeah, I'm just.
And then you can do whatever you need to do for your interview without being distracting. Okay, I'm going to put this on very liberally, and then I can use my sponge to make it more neutral. Remember, I'm doing this underneath my foundation. And many people, I shouldn't say many, some people like to put all the contouring under the foundation so that it becomes as neutral as possible. And I'm just going to use this to blend so that it doesn't get so blotchy. Now this is the time, if you had ruddy skin, pink cheeks, you might want to use a green primer here. You might want to use, if you're sallow or yellow, you might want to use one that brings some color in and some, like a purple primer. So there's a wide variety of primers that you can use. And are people familiar with that kind of thing? With a cover-up color primer? Would you like me to show you one?
Yes, please.
Colby, I love it. Always want to show you. So they can come in a wide variety of, like e.l.f. is it's a good cheap brand. This one comes in a pump, right? So it sort of squirts out like this. And I can put that on if I wanted to neutralize red tone. And you'll find different ones work better for you than others. So this one is one that we like quite a lot. It is, you know, Maybelline. You can see how green this is. It's actually a great color. See how when I gotta move this out of the way. See how when it goes on, I can actually neutralize that so that I can work with one flat skin tone. So you see the difference between this and this face. Smooth, wanting everything to be one color underneath the eye. And also, you know, everybody has that time when, whoops, I got sunburned and now I'm the bride. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times you get that picture. And especially if they have something like they're the bride and they have the big straps all in the back and they're wearing a strapless dress. So again, I do encourage you to use a sponge and a brush to not necessarily do your hands because your hands have oil. That's going to change the chemistry of the makeup. So now you can look at this side versus this side, and this has the primer, so it's a much more neutral face. I don't know if you can see it in, am I close enough? Compared to this side. Now I'm ready. There's a couple things I could do right now. I could powder this if I'm concerned about it actually sticking there and I want to make it as firm as possible, meaning it's not going to move around. Or if I want to blend my foundation with it, then I just put my foundation on top. So one of the things powder does is it helps secure the makeup to your skin. And if you don't powder in between, then the makeup is going to blend together. No matter what you do, the makeup will blend to what's underneath it. And it will help, and I used this term before, it will contaminate actually what you're doing. So everything that you have on will change the color, okay? Let's take a look. Last time I used, of course I threw my chapstick on the ground. Last time I used the Japanese. Okay, natural beige. Try this one. Let's see how this looks.
Pam, could I ask a quick question?
Of course.
So for the makeup chart, or is like the schematic, are those two different things?
Same thing.
So, okay.
Sometimes it's called face map, makeup chart. Yep, all that's fine.
So, for example, like for highlights, like since this is going to be corrective makeup, like would you write like under eye, like concealer? Like how do you
going to correct there? You can absolutely put that there.
Okay, and then so like lip, so and then you would put the shade of what you use down.
Right.
Okay.
So that's exactly a very good question. So I can put extra light, or you can just do the number CH1 or CH0. under highlight. And then after I do my foundation, you'll see I'm going to use it again. Okay. And then Cara said, should we indicate how we put it on? But you can just do a number 1, number 2. So number 1 under highlight might be that you're going to do your corrective work. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. It's so funny because I'm looking at my sponge, it looks completely pink, and it completely does not look that way on my skin because everything is different for each person's skin, right? Okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go back to this color. I'm gonna try this color. I'm gonna use this one. You know, I don't do this all the time, so, all right. Put this on. Again, I'm not gonna, you know, just apply it. This goes a long way.